Out of the vehicle.
You don't have to do this.
Turn around.
Welcome back to Advocacy, Alchemy with Professor Ross. Today we have a good one, guys. What starts as a simple traffic stop in St. Johns County, Florida, quickly escalates into multiple citations, a chase, and finally, arrest. We're going to look closely at how officers' commands, a driver's refusals, and the law all intersect with this case. So with that, let's jump in.
You roll down your back window for me?
That again?
Roll down your back window for me?
What?
Because I said so. Roll it down.
I don't.
Roll. Yes, you do for officer safety.
I know my right.
Okay, you're about to get yanked out of this car in about 2 seconds.
I'm doing it like right now.
Okay, I told you to roll it down so I can see because the window tint is too dark and I need to make sure there's nobody else back there.
Okay, no problem.
I need your license, registration, and insurance, please. I stopped you past the stop bar at every stop sign, two different stop signs. Your window tint is too dark and your tag is expired. So there's 3 different reasons why I'm pulling you over today.
Okay, the stop signs I don't pass them. I stop.
You passed past the stop bar.
Never.
You did. There's a white line at the stop sign. You pass past the stop bar.
I mean, I was behind the car, so how I do that?
No, you weren't. You passed past the stop bar on 2 different stop signs.
I didn't do that.
Okay.
And why you open my door? You cannot do that.
What's that?
Why you open my door? You cannot do that.
I can.
There's no reason.
I just told you the reason. You weren't
Because
compliant.
my tint?
You weren't compliant. Yes, you weren't compliant, and you were refusing to roll down your back window so that I could approach you
I can refuse
safely.
about that.
So that I could approach you safely.
Because my safe. I can.
Yes.
I can refuse about that.
No, you cannot.
I can.
You
I know
cannot.
my rights.
You cannot.
Okay. Let's go. Let's see.
Okay, we will see.
¿Está escuchando, verdad?
And everything is on camera, just so you know you are being recorded.
No,
License,
yo sé que me va a dar el
please.
ticket.
License.
Okay, man, I'm
License.
looking for the
Ma'am,
insurance.
I said your license first.
And insurance.
License first. Corporal Hetzler, St. Johns County Sheriff's Office.
Your name.
Corporal Hetzler, St. Johns County Sheriff's Office.
License first.
41, Forest.
Can I look for the insurance now?
The 654-1027, my number. Also, if you have one unit code 1, please.
Okay, I need to get in my phone because I don't have enough paper. I don't see.
10-4.
No, si el cabrón está bruto, parado aquí al lado.
You have the registration?
No.
You don't have the registration? Why not?
I don't know. I don't have it here.
Okay. Is there any
Maybe
weapons
my
in the car?
house and a different wallet.
Okay. Do you have any weapons inside the vehicle?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay. Hang tight just a second. Pull your window right about here. Alright, stop. Window tint's at 11%. In the state of Florida has to be 25 or higher, okay? Alright, man. Here's your insurance and your driver's license, okay? Today I went ahead and issued you 4 different citations, okay? First citation is going to be for running the stop sign. You didn't.
do that.
You stopped past the stop bar. The stop bar. Okay, so you can fight that in court. All the instructions are right here on the back. You have 30 days to pay the fine. That's your first citation. Don't. Next citation is for a failure to provide your registration. Okay.
So you say you can open my door just like that and keep going.
Correct. You were non-compliant. You weren't listening to commands. Your window's too dark for me to see it in the back. And for me to safely approach this vehicle, I needed to make sure there wasn't anybody else in the back of the vehicle. There's your second citation.
You can just ask me.
I did ask you.
You don't ask me if I got more people in my car.
It doesn't matter. I need to be able to see with my own eyes. Next citation is your registration's expired. Okay, you have 30 days to pay that. Same thing as the other 2 citations. And your window tint, 11%. In the state of Florida, like I told you, it has to be 25. to that vehicle or citations, and then she took off recklessly. I'm trying to catch back up to the vehicle, pull her over again. Turn your vehicle off. What? Turn your vehicle off. You're driving recklessly, now it's criminal. Turn it out.
I drive.
I'm gonna break your window. You got 3 seconds or I'm gonna break your window. Roll down your window.
Sir.
Roll down your window now.
Sir.
Roll down your window now. Get out of the vehicle.
Don't touch me.
Turn off the car. Turn off the car. Get out of the vehicle.
Don't do that.
Get out of the vehicle.
You don't have to do this.
Turn around. Alright, take your
I got you.
search, make sure
Yeah.
she's not searching, but pat her down.
Space this way for me. You got any weapons on you, anything? Any guns, knives? You cannot search my car. Hey, you cannot search my car.
Huh?
You cannot search my car.
I was going to do an inventory on it.
She going?
Yeah, she's going
Okay.
for reckless driving and resisting without violence.
I got a...
4114, don't stamp me off in number, I'll get it from the screen. Just put her in David. David can take her.
Okay.
Hey, you could just 10-5 her there, and I'll send my 707 to the jail. I'll do the inventory.
Can I make a call? We'll get your phone.
First, make sure there's like no drugs or anything else.
What side do you want her on?
This front side right here.
This side?
Well, yeah, it's traffic. That's fine. Unless you still got to pat her down, right? Yeah, let's.
Other side?
Yeah, the other side is fine.
Right here. Space the car for me. Can I make a call? Not right now. Before. When you get to the jail, you can. But I need it right now because my kids. I guess you should have thought about that before, you started driving recklessly. But it's okay. I just drive on the limit. I don't drive over the limit. I drive on the limit, under the limit. You got anything in your bra? No. Just make a call to make sure my kids and my brother know that I'm leaving to jail, and that's it. That's all I ask. It's only for my kids. Okay. So let me tell them that I'm going to jail so they know that I'm not coming back. Can I do that? Spread your legs for me. Say what? Spread your legs for me. Like this? Yep. Just let me make it clear. Okay. Have a seat in the vehicle.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna let you call the RO of this vehicle and see if they want to come get it. That way it don't get towed.
The owner?
Or yeah, the registered owner. Who is that?
You have to be the owner?
Yeah. It's got to be. We have to release it to the registered owner.
I can call my brother, but the owner is mine. That car is mine.
Yeah, but it's in somebody else's name.
Yeah, but he's in jail. He's my husband.
He's in jail?
Yeah. But why they searching my car too? I say I don't want it, they search.
Well, incident to arrest. Incident to arrest. It can be inventory.
Yeah, but they arrest because they stop me because Tint and all that. It doesn't mean that they can search.
Well, incident to arrest, when we're doing an inventory, we have to inventory because it can get towed. So that's why we're giving you the option to...
But can I call them, my brother, he can figure out because the insurance is by his name too. The insurance is my name and my brother's name.
I can see. I normally we have to release it to the RO, the registered owner of the vehicle. So if we can't get in contact with the registered owner of the vehicle, we have to tow it. Okay. But you're saying he's in jail?
Yeah, he's in jail, and I mean the insurance.
Where is that at?
Right here.
He's in St. Johns County Jail?
Yeah.
All right, stand by.
All right, so what y'all think about that case? This is a little bit older case. I don't have her name, so I can't give you all what happened in the end with this. But let's take a look at some of the laws at play here. So first you have reckless driving. Now this is defined under the Florida statute section 316.192. And it says that driving with willful or wanton disregard for the safety of other drivers or the public at large, then you be liable for this traffic violation. This is a misdemeanor that carries a penalty of up to 90 days in jail, a fine of up to $500, and that's just on the first offense. If you're a person that constantly has this happening, there are harsher penalties on repeat conviction. Or if there's injuries involved, it also increases the penalty. Here, you have fleeing after the first citation. You have running stop signs, ignoring lawful commands. It all turned into reckless driving. So it really wasn't that she ran away from the first stop. She left and then didn't stop at the stop sign again. So that caused them to have to go stop her right again. Moving on to our next charge, resisting without violence. This is defined under the Florida statute section 843.02. It says to knowingly resist or obstruct an officer that's performing their lawful duty, and you're doing this without violence. This is a first-degree misdemeanor. It carries that 111 in Florida. 1 year in jail, maybe 1 year probation, a fine of up to $1,000. All right, here, refusing to let down a window, not wanting to exit when the officer told her to exit the vehicle, just a bunch of non-compliance here. That all is going to support this charge of resisting without violence. All right, now moving into some of these traffic offenses, you have the expired registration. This is defined under section 320.07. This is basic. This is in every state. Operating a vehicle with expired registration, it's going to be a traffic offense, okay? This is a civil traffic infraction that carries a fine. With this being a non-criminal infraction, it carries a fine of about $30 to $60. Apparently, the counties can set about how much they want this to be. Now, if the tag is expired more than 6 months and it's the first offense, then the fine is anywhere from $100 to $120. All right, the officer said here her tag was expired. That's one of the things. He came up to her window telling her why he stopped her, along with one of our others we have here, the running the stop sign. Next, illegal window tint. This is defined under section 316.2953. All right, now I popped this up on the screen when he was talking about it. He was saying 25%. What it is actually 28% in the front. You have to let in at least 28% of the light. In the back, has to be at least 15%. This carries a fine anywhere from $100 to $120. Her tint was 11% in that front window. That's an automatic violation with the fine. All right, moving into our last charge, and that's failure to stop at that stop bar. That's what that white line is called. It's called a stop bar. This is found at section 316.123. Simple definition. You must stop at the clearly marked line before a crosswalk or intersection. This is a moving violation. It carries between $150 and $160 fine. You also get 3 points on your driver's license in Florida from this one. Now, the officer said he saw her do this multiple times. At least 2 intersections, he saw her go over that line. All right, next, let's move into the evidentiary standards because they apply in every situation where there's going to be a police interaction or the potential that someone has to go to court. Okay, let's walk through the 6 levels of evidentiary proof that's required, starting from the lowest to the highest. First, mere suspicion. Now, at this level, the government or the police, they can't do very much, okay? This is when they just have a hunch that something's off or that something's wrong. They don't have any solid proof yet, so they can't take any legal action. Now, what is going to happen is the police or the government, once mere suspicion is raised, are going to take a closer look. Here, mere suspicion would be when the officer saw windows so dark he couldn't see inside. His suspicion was that someone could be hiding in the back seat. And that's reasonable. All right, let's move up a level to actual reasonable suspicion. Now, at this level, this is when the government or the police have specific and articulable facts that justify a temporary stop. This is when the police believe there's some criminal activity afoot. Now here, when she crossed the stop bar at 2 intersections and had expired tags and tinted windows that seemed too dark, those facts give the police grounds to pull her over and to detain her briefly while they investigate to see if there's actually some violations that happened here. Moving up one more level, we have probable cause. Now at this level, the government and the police are going to be able to take that serious action. This is where someone's going to be arrested. All right, this level means there's enough evidence to believe a crime has been committed and the suspect is involved. Now, when the woman refused the lawful commands given by the police officer, and when she left the first stop and ran another stop sign, her actions gave probable cause for reckless driving and resisting arrest without violence. All right, let's move up one more level, preponderance of evidence. Now, this is the civil standard, and that means when you're going to take somebody to court, either me and you are going to sue someone, or the government is going to bring us to court because we didn't pay our taxes or something like that. At this level, you have to prove that more likely than not, your claim is true. All this requires that you have 51% of the evidence in your favor. Now, these civil infractions and traffic tickets are at this level, preponderance of evidence. So a good example is on the window tint reading that says 11% for her front window, that means it's more likely than not that she violated the Florida's tint statute. And that's enough for a citation, and she could choose to either pay that ticket or go to traffic court. Let's move up one more level, clear and convincing evidence. Now at this standard, this is also used on certain civil cases, really those types of cases that require more evidence, more receipts to prove your point. This level means that it's highly probable that your claim is true. It's going to take about 75% of the evidence to be in your favor to win these types of actions. You'll see this standard used in certain administrative hearings by the DMV, child custody cases, fraud cases. This is also the level that a person has to meet if they're going to bring a defense to a criminal case. Here, Bodycam footage clearly captured her refusal to roll down the window and her failure to exit the car. If there were some administrative hearing involving her driver's license, they'd probably be able to meet the clear and convincing evidence standard. Moving up to our highest standard, beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, this is used in every criminal case. This level means that there's no other reasonable conclusion besides the defendant being guilty of the charges that have been brought against them. Here, between the first set of running the stop bars and then the second one, her continued refusals to comply, I think a jury could be convinced beyond a reasonable doubt that she committed at least reckless driving and resisting arrest. All right, next, let's put ourselves on this jury. Let's ask a few questions about this case. Okay, let's imagine ourselves on this jury. Let's ask a few questions. First, let's look at the officer's actions. Now, the officer ordered the woman to roll down that window so he can see if anyone was in the back seat. Now, when she refused, he opened the car door himself, and he was claiming officer safety. Here's the question. Was this a lawful step to ensure his own safety, or did it cross into an overreach? Now, if you were in the officer's shoes with 11% tint and no visibility inside, would your intuition tell you to trust her word or to verify it with your own eyes? Also, should officer safety outweigh a driver's refusal in this scenario? All right, let's take a look at the driver's choices. Now, she refused multiple times to follow the command. She didn't want to roll down the windows. She didn't want to exit the car. Now, after being cited, she left quickly. Look, he barely gave her the ticket. She was rolling up the window. He started walking back to his car. Like, all right, fine, don't even fight it. And as soon as she left, same violation again. She ran over the white stop bars, and that led to her instant arrest. Now, does the way that she left, does that prove intent to resist, or could it have just been panic or some other emotion? Obviously, it was an emotion. Was there resistance? Was it confusion about what her rights are at that point in time, or was it willful defiance? And based on the body cam and the testimony, would you convict her beyond a reasonable doubt of reckless driving and resisting without violence? Tell me below in the comments. Also, tell me why. Now here, what started as 3 simple traffic issues: expired registration, dark window tint, failing to stop at a proper stop line, all that escalated because of non-compliance. The officer's commands may have felt intrusive, but under Florida law, they were lawful steps tied to officer safety. Once the driver refused and then left and violated again, the situation moved out of a civil traffic offense arena and into criminal territory, when you start talking about reckless driving and resisting arrest charges. Now, our lesson here is fairly clear. Small violations can spiral into major problems if you refuse lawful orders, or if you try to be defiant or flippant, trying to leave all fast. That's what happened here. She's mad, she tried to leave fast, and then she wasn't paying attention right when she left, did the same stuff again. All right, traffic stops aren't the place to argue your rights. That's why we have courtrooms. Compliance in that moment often keeps a minor infraction from becoming a criminal record. All right, so I'm going to leave you with this. Now, if you are on this jury, do you see her actions as panic, confusion, or deliberate resistance? Tell me what your verdict is in the comments below, guilty or not guilty. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Remember, this is Advocacy Alchemy, and I am Professor Ross. I'll see you tomorrow. Everyone have a great day. Stay safe out there.
If you've got ideas or videos you want me to lecture on, send them to the queue. And come back tomorrow at 8:45 a.m. for another lecture.